Roger once again on the hunt for the unexplained, and this was sent to me by a friend in New Zealand. And Toro sent me this and said, why are these two candles? These are strictly candles, just simple candles. And why is he getting this purple glow and these little pulse looking things? Now, so I started thinking about it, and I was looking at all the shots he sent me. He sent me a whole batch of them. So then we started to do some experiments, and here's what we did. Okay, this is during the light, and you don't see this effect hardly at all. You see just barely a smidge of that effect. This is the layout. It's a corner-looking thing, and I thought maybe it has something to do with the vibrating off of the corner walls or something. So, but that was not the case. So then we did sort of wide apart, and he got a little bit, but it's not dark enough to give it that real rich color. You need to be in the darkness, and the same thing when we did the experiments accelerating the light. Yeah, it has to be in a dark environment. And you can see the single candle glows very nicely, but there's no pulses whatsoever. It's just a continuous haze around the source of the light. And we did this a number of times in a number of different locations, but the thing to take away is that there is no pulsation of light until there's two lights next to each other. Now, why would that be? I think I understand why it is, and I think it's because they're trying to invade each other's electronic regions, which means that light is nothing more than pushing out electrons, and heat is the same thing. It's movement of electrons. So you have heat, and light is forcing electrons out from where the combustion is occurring, and it is spitting out electrons in every different direction. Those are fields. Those are literally energy fields, and you see it as a glow in the air. It's exciting all of the molecules in the air that are here. Now, when we go to the two candle part, I will show you that. Now, what you see here is the pulsations of each one of them, and they are forcing each other's energetic particles away from each other. So that's why it's lighting up in this region. It's almost like a spotlight sending it off here, because this is pushing them that way, and this one's pushing them that way. So they meet in the middle, and they end up splaying out on the sides. That's what I'm taking away from this. It's obvious you can see the light here. Why isn't it glowing the same here and glowing the same here? It is because these particles are invading each other's regions, and it's literally pushing the light away from the center more towards the edges. That's because they're fighting each other's regions. That's my takeaway. And everything that I have understood from heat, light, friction, every single energy interaction is nothing more than electrons moving away from matter, or moving through matter, or moving through space. It's all the same thing. Light, heat, electricity, cold. It's movement of electrons through a medium, whether it's the vacuum of space, where they're dark, and they don't interact because they're all negatives. There's no thing to bang into, no nucleuses with clouds of electrons around them like big rubber balls. There's nothing to hit into, so they just keep going through space. They stay away from each other because they're all negatives. And then when they interact with the atmosphere or the earth, they collide, they create heat and light, and that's when they manifest themselves. And this shows that every single interaction that I have showed, and if you can come up with, I'll look at anything that you can present to me, because I understand this stuff so intimately now that all I have to do is look at it, and within seconds I know what the interaction is. It's it's electrons pushing against other electrons like little balloons around matter, and as you invade each other's balloon, they push against each other. It's that simple.